Sup fighters, Sam Battlefields here. I am doing a bit of a breakdown of my, what would it been, second fight of the day. So this guy, his name's Luke McKenzie, good bloke. I had a chat to him before, had a chat to him after. He actually lives in Sydney, lives in near where I used to actually live, down there in Seven Hills. I pointed out where I used to live, and it's opposite a park that he takes his dog for a walk, which is pretty cool. But he's an MMA fighter. He's got a few fights under his belt, he's apparently came up for a few beers and to compete. So he was much fitter than me, clearly. Not that that's a hard task. I am extremely overweight. And this video basically starts like I can kind of show you. So thanks to my student Ben for taking this video. I'm glad that it was taken, because I can be fairly critical of myself. So let's just dive into it, So he took me down fairly decisively. I was kind of put up a little bit more of a fight in this particular bout. I do have the second bout, but I go straight into. We'll have a look at that as well. That one's much shorter. This one goes for the entire. Well, this is about halfway through, but I think they were 6-minute rounds or something. But in the next one he decisively murders me. But in this one he sort of got over into like this sort of quarter guard, 3/4 mount, whatever you want to call it. And he's really fucking with this arm, really fighting that arm. Strong dude. And he tries, as you can see, he's trying to get over here. I've got a pretty good connection on this though, and obviously I do want to keep it. I can turn this right down. Desktop audio. Let's do that. So got a pretty decent hold on it, and he's just squashing the fight, like he's connected to that arm. He's like, and he gets the mount there, but I've got a hold of it, but you can't see it in this. But on the other side, I've actually got a pretty decent hold of that arm. Now he's also got his foot under here, which comes into play, and you can actually see the ref a bit later. But he's checking out the feet, because he kept his feet underneath me. But he's fairly well balanced here. His knee, I haven't sort of trapped his leg, so I'm kind of hoping against hope that I can come up here. But he sort of goes back to almost a gift wrap, but he hasn't got you can't see it, but he hasn't quite got the gift wrap. So I'm really fighting off his grips. I mean, he was really methodical in getting them, and every so often he would get something. Right here I'm teetering on the edge, but his knee is just angled at that right direction that I can't pop him over. Not that it would actually be of too big of a benefit, because he's so far up, but as you can see, I can sort of, if I'm going to be hypercritical of myself, I'm pushing this way, I should have pushed that way and then pushed my hips, back this way, made space, and then got in. or at least, yeah, just made it difficult for him. So again, we're in that, I'm on his ankle. This is something that, and he is trying to get something here. So this is where he's looking at those ankles just to make sure. I mean, he was in a sort of a shitty way, but now I'm not saying, like, I kind of half baited this armbar because I knew this leg was underneath me, and if you can see, I'm sort of prepping to roll with him in order to get the momentum to drive up. So as he's got this, he hasn't got this, I'm prepping here, and you can see he was going to go for an Ezekiel. That's legendary. But yeah, so let's just, this is probably the best part of the best showing that I've had in this whole thing. So he starts going for it. I bait that arm, so he kind of goes for it, and then I get up, but then he just pulls my back towards him, and then I'm going to get hypercritical on myself here as well. So I felt like I had something here. I was fighting this, and you'll also see, you might have seen, there's actually a big gash on the top of my head. But right now, what I should have done is flicked my hips over and used that to fucking, yeah. But then because I didn't do that, he kept his knee in front, and I actually looked at the time, and there was only about 30-40 seconds to go, and he'd already hidden that. But I was kind of, yeah, I was just too focused on this. And when I saw that there wasn't much longer to go, I was like, give it up. I don't want to blow out my arms. And then, yeah, time. So that sucked. Again, yeah. So I'm not gonna be upset. As I said, I wasn't necessarily at the top of my game. I'd only been trained, like, I'd been off for a week, but they're all excuses. I feel like there was definitely some things that I got tunnel vision on, which I tell people, it's one of those things. And it's good to be sort of critical of myself afterwards, because obviously I can see where I went wrong with a couple of things. So I got to, I got to remember not to get those tunnel visions on things. So anyway, this is a fairly middling one. I'll do a extremely short one on the next video, because that was an extremely short shot. This is Sam Battlefields. Good to see you, fighters. See you soon. Peace.